Yes, we are live. So welcome, welcome, all my beautiful friends. This is episode number 142 on the Zero Point Healing show. So in this particular interview, I have with me Andrew, and this is a very interesting topic that we're going to talk about today, and I'm really, really looking forward to this. Before I begin the conversation, just a short intro about me. So I'm Vishnupriya. I'm a holistic healing practitioner as well, and I'm certified in multiple different modalities. So, and with all of my journey in this holistic healing world, I got excited about, wow, so many different modalities and so much that it can, change in a person's life. And so with that inspiration, I created this platform called the zeropointhealing.com, which is it's a directory for holistic healing practitioners from all around the world, uh, with so many different holistic healing modalities. Right now we have about 75 different modalities that's registered on the directory. So that's a quick intro about me and about Zero Point Healing. If in case you are a holistic healing practitioner yourself, you can come to our website, zeropointhealing.com, and you can register yourself. You can create a free profile. Also, if you are interested in this kind of interview, do contact me for that as well. Welcome, Andrew. Thank you so much for being with me on the show. It's my honor to have you here. So tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey into this holistic healing world.
Hi, thank you for welcoming me. It's great to be here. I'm Andrew. I'm originally from England, a place called Hartlepool in the northeast of England, rather a working class town. I've been an engineer, a controls engineer in the oil and gas industry for around 16 years. And I've traveled the world doing this job. However, I'm now very much I'm an energy healer, and I'm very much into the holistic practices. However, that introduction was an easy ride. I had to wake up, as many people do, around 18 months to 2 years ago. And basically, I got into it through going through a really hard time. I was in Vietnam, living the life of Riley. Everything's quite cheap over there. And I was teaching, and I also did engineering. But then I came back to England after that kind of hedonistic lifestyle. And I came down to earth. I was living with my parents again. And I was in my mid to late 30s, and I was a bit lost in life. I didn't have a job. The oil and gas downturn was meant I didn't have a job. Oil and gas is your job as a contractor is reliant on that gas price. So yeah, all my friends were playing happy families. They were in love, all these kids, and there was me, single, back home with mum and dad. I was very upset, and on top of that, I had the burden of a 20-year issue of having erectile dysfunction, which, when everyone's growing up having kids and families, I can't reproduce or to how I want to, so there's that big burden. And my parents didn't know about this at the time either. So I had that. And so that meant when I came back to England, I was determined to find out some solutions for that. So I went to London and had some shockwave therapy. And this is where things started to go downhill. He also gave me a drug for testosterone. However, he didn't tell me that that pharmaceutical drug would have side effects of high anxiety and depression. For the first time in my life, I felt like, I suddenly, after taking these pills for around 4 weeks, I didn't feel like I was the same kind of person. And on top of that, I didn't have a job, and I was living with my parents, and I didn't know what was going on with me, and it was very difficult. So I had lots of brain fog, insomnia, couldn't think straight. So I went to the doctors and told him about my symptoms. And again, he brought out the pharmaceutical drugs and said, choose one of these three. He didn't even tell me which one. So I ended up going on sertraline, and I took that in good faith for 3 weeks. Then my life just went out of control. Insomnia went through the roof, brain fog, intrusive thoughts hit me, and I didn't know who I was anymore. So I was in deep trouble. And then because of these intrusive thoughts and anxiety, a friend of mine told me about a book called Panic Away, and that helped me with my anxiety. But then I got a job in Oslo, so my life started going in the right direction. But I got to Oslo and I just started to feel like that these pills weren't doing anything for me. They were numbing my feelings in a good way and a bad way. They were getting rid, my intrusive thoughts weren't as bad, and the anxiety, but I couldn't actually feel what true happiness was in life. So yeah, in Oslo, I decided to go holistic route, the holistic way, and started getting into meditation, doing yoga, and trying to deal with some deeper issues inside. And yeah, this was my road to recovery. And through reading books like The Secret, a lot of law of attraction, meditation books, positivity, and then through the meditation, when you can clear your mind and get rid of these thoughts and let them through, I eventually got in touch with the emotion code. And the emotion code I came by just by Googling emotional release, which I'd heard in a book called How to Rewire Yourself from Anxiety, that they were the root cause of a lot of our suffering, these emotions, these trapped emotions. So I Googled and I found the emotion code practitioner, the woman in America who I'd never met, but my intuition felt, go ahead. I paid the money, had a remote session because the emotion code works. We're using the energy field, so you can do it anywhere in the world. And the person doesn't even know that. You have to know, well, it's good that they should know you're working on them, but you don't need to be on Skype or anything like that. So I found the emotion code, and after 6 sessions with her, I felt many things change. My insomnia was reduced. I was able to sing again. Some emotions were trapped in my throat, and I felt my self-esteem was much better. I was no longer intimidated by speaking to strangers and stuff, and I felt a lot better.
Wow, what a story, and all the ups and downs that you had to go to get here where you are with so many different tools and services now that you're offering others to help them, get out of a similar situation. That's beautiful. So tell us now a little bit about um, maybe the emotion code and how that might help someone with the erectile dysfunction or whether it's the performance anxiety. So tell us how, maybe in your case as well, you can take your example or also you can take someone else's example, how releasing these trapped emotions is helping somebody with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, erectile dysfunction is a very complicated matter, as you may know, and this video is for men of all ages, but I want to actually focus on the ages from like 20 to 40, because this age group is completely ignored in the media of having a problem with erectile dysfunction. It's a bit of a hidden taboo. It's not known about. People don't talk about it. For one, you feel ashamed because you're a young man and you've got this issue. And another reason is Pele. He's the guy who promotes Viagra. He's bloody 60 or 70, it's accepted for that age. And many older men as well, it's due to bad diets, blood flow and all this. But for young men, they can't speak out because they feel it's ashamed because, people think, wow, something must be seriously wrong with you. Now, I want to tell people that, no, it's nothing seriously wrong with you. It can be a combination of bad habits, lifestyle, and past traumas that could be causing this. The first thing, not on the emotion code, but actually I would tell people to stop watching porn and masturbating less and not being so reliant on the objectification of women to provide that sensation and the erection. I recommend people to get more emotionally involved, which I have had that problem, being emotionally involved with a woman, of course, on a spiritual level, emotional level, not just on the physical, because that's what porn does. It objectifies the whole situation, and it's kind of like an illusion of intimacy. But to answer your question, so the emotion code, what it is, it's a way, it's a method of accessing someone's subconscious mind and releasing those trapped emotions from earlier in their lives, from childhood. And like I say, erectile dysfunction can be very complicated. It's different for every person, which is why the Viagra drugs, it's just a Band-Aid, to be honest. It's covering up possible self-esteem issues, confidence issues, performance anxiety issues, and it's just covering them up. And it gives you an ego boost, I'm telling you, it does. I felt it, and with a girlfriend, things were going better. But it doesn't get to the root cause. And with me being an engineer, I love getting to the root cause. So yeah, example of this from my childhood, with these emotions, I felt, I got rejected from dating from a girl at age 10, 11, in fact, even earlier. where I'd sent a Valentine's card, and I also spoke to the girl and asked her out in real life. And you know, at age 10, 11, you're still quite a sensitive person. And yeah, she rejected me, and it was quite harsh in the way it was done. And then guess what? The whole class found out about it. And you know, some of the guys in the class weren't particularly nice. And as part of a music project, they actually wrote a song about me being rejected by the girl in the class. And you know, I can imagine. So there's elements of bullying there, there's elements of rejection, and there's elements of unworthy. Now, when I do the demonstration with you later on, I'm going to show you how these emotions can be found from a chart and using the subconscious mind. So these emotions that I experienced, age 11, the rejection, the unworthy, they were trapped because I couldn't process them. I was humiliated as well, of course, because when people write a song and they sing it in front of a class, I was completely humiliated, and yeah, I felt worthless, to be honest. And if it wasn't for my good upbringing with my parents, I could have fell into an early depression, of course. But you know, my parents were brilliant. So, and I had some good friends as well who didn't sing nasty songs about me. So yeah, these emotions in childhood can have an impact later on in life, along with your lifestyle choices as well.
Wow, that's amazing. And with regards to a little bit, let's talk about the entity release portion of the title that we have, and how that could also be a subset of all the conversation that we are having here, and how does these entities may be affecting somebody, you know, having all of these different health issues.
Yeah, absolutely. So when I'm talking about trapped emotions, emotions operate at a vibration and a frequency. And each emotion has a different vibration and frequency, shame being the lowest, as well known in the emotion code with Dr. Bradley Nelson, the book. And I know that there's been previous practitioners on your channel talking about the emotion code, which is fantastic. So each of those emotions have vibration and frequency. And what many people also don't know is that entities and, you know, negative energies, dark energies can be attracted to those vibrations and frequencies. So emotions do attach vibration and frequency, and this can be called entities or dark energies. And, you know, I know there's people who watch this who might not believe in it, and so, or, you know, have a few questions about it. So I don't think of these as ghosts, well, or spirits like too much, but they do drag us down, and they can bring our vibration down. So we have our energy fields, which we can't see, and you know, science is still yet to bring this into the mainstream for every Tom, Dick, and Harry on the streets, although the people in energy healing obviously know about it in the quantum field. But this energy field can attract entities, and these entities can suck our energy through our mind, body, and spirit. So the way the Easy Entity Release app works is basically a list of entities, like 21 of them, and you can muscle test, which we'll talk about later in the demonstration. And I can muscle test in the same way that I can muscle test the emotion code chart. So I can muscle test these 21 entities. They include vampiric entities, demonic, you know, don't get too carried away with the names. They can scare some people, but for me, they're just dark, they're just negative entities on a low frequency that we need to release from our field, because for example, vampiric entities can suck the energy out, and that can affect our organs as well. And if you've got organs, if you've got like entities sucking out your sacral chakra energy, which is to do with creativity and sexuality, then that could have an effect on your erectile dysfunction and around the testes area and all of this. So depending on where your emotions are trapped in the body, then that could be affecting your function of that organ. And these entities obviously bring down your vibration, and they suck that energy out. And as part of my practice, I remove them in the same method as with the emotion code.
Interesting. And yes, I guess when you do the demonstration, you know, I myself would be able to get a taste of, you know, especially the entity release is something that I'm really interested, looking forward to, as well as, you know, in my journey in these different modalities, I've seen how entity release, I had one modality where specifically it was all about entity release, and how releasing entities were, you know, completely changing a person's life, you know, how we think, how we behave, all of that. So yes, One question was with regards to the, how you were talking about your story of, the erectile dysfunction and the performance anxiety and all of this, side effects that you got from having all of this pharmaceutical medicines. So once you started using the emotion code, releasing entities and all of this work, how soon did you see yourself getting back to or releasing all of this disease and body functionalities?
Well, with the emotion code, I had these 6 remote sessions, and after the 3rd session, that's when I felt suddenly my throat open up, and I was able to reach higher notes and scream louder, and things like that. And my anxiety went down, and my self-esteem went up big time. So, yeah, that was in. And it was funny. After the 6th session, I was also a heart wall removal, and the heart wall might have been mentioned on this before, but in a very quick way to discuss the heart wall is fascinating. The heart wall is a buildup of multiple emotions, can range from 3 emotions to like 20 well, 15 emotions is the most I've released in the client. And these emotions in the heart wall are just energetic, because emotions are just energy in motion. But these heart wall emotions are quite strong because they're often from childhood, and the reason it's there is it's like a wall to protect you so you don't get hurt as a child. But as you get older, you don't need to be to protect it, do you? Because we become adults and we have thicker skins and we become more experienced in the world, and we don't get affected so much by bullying and nasty names and all of this. So this heart wall remains for many people, and for me, it stopped me from loving because it was full of rejection, humiliation, jealousy, a lot to do with female attention and this interaction and being rejected at such a young age. So once that wall is removed, it can help you with self-esteem, with finding love. I've got a good client story which I might share towards the end with that. But yeah, it can help you find your life purpose. Now, for me, it didn't remove my heart wall. I didn't find love straight away, and I'm still searching for that. However, now I know what I want, and I'm not just after any one-night stands and Tinder dates. However, the biggest thing for me was it's helped me with my self-esteem. So I had 6 sessions, and in the 6th session, the heart wall was removed. And then I felt amazing. I was on the train, I was on the airports, and I was talking to strangers, I didn't care what other people thought. You see, peer pressure in this world is a big deal, and that can help. That can be an effect on the penis as well. And, the way we perceive, the taboo subject, the reason we don't talk about this with our family and friends about not being able to have an erection perhaps is because of the peer pressure and the shame and guilt associated with it. So yeah, I would say I felt changes within 3 sessions, but also in 6 sessions. And then after the emotion code, those 6 sessions, I had a body code practitioner, and that helped with my insomnia. But what I would say is it doesn't always happen overnight. Everyone is completely different, but I would recommend having at least 6 sessions. And at least anything, you're going to get some positivity from the practitioner as well, who has hopefully experienced positivity from the method as well. And if he's like me, then you believe in what you do, and hopefully you can inspire people, because words are extremely powerful.
Wow, amazing. So now let's quickly move into the demonstration that you have for us. It'll be so nice to watch you do that.
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, normally with my clients, I use the emotion code, the body code, and the easy entity release. The emotion code is what we're going to do today, and the body code is like the next level, which is it's a software package which still uses muscle testing as the principle, and using the magnet to clear or reset the chakras and other body parts. And as part of the easy entity release, there are other dark energies that I can release as well, but I'm not going to go into that today. So yeah, I'll share the screen and we can bring up the emotion code chart.
Sure.
Okay. I'm just wondering, I don't seem to have, I can't see, let's have a look. Do you need to give me any permission to share?
No, actually you did share just a few minutes back, right? So
okay, yeah.
Now we can see your screen now.
Yeah, okay, that's the whiteboard.
You can just share the desktop and then open up the PDF on your desktop and we'll see it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. We are able to see.
Yeah, you can see now. Yeah. Okay.
Good.
All right. So yeah. So yeah, with the emotion code, I'll be connecting to your subconscious mind. Do I have your permission to work with you?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll just say a quick thank you to the divine energy. Right, so thank you for letting me work today. And is there anything you'd like me to work on, or just anything?
I guess anything which is coming up for today, releasing in general, and this can go back into, maybe the topic of, reproducing, fertility on that same note, if that would be a good demonstration here.
Okay, all right. Yeah, it sounds like I'll find out what your subconscious mind wants to release the most. This is probably a good way to deal with clients, because we can target issues, or we can just go with your subconscious, and often your subconscious mind knows the best.
Sure.
So yeah, for those who don't know about the emotion code, I'm connecting to Vishnu's subconscious energetically through the energy field. And I'm going to use kinesiology or muscle testing by asking her subconscious questions and navigating this chart. So for example, yes and no. So that's a positive response from the subconscious, yes, and that's no. My name's Andrew, my name's Paul, is the same thing. But I'm connected to her subconscious. So we're now going to remove an emotion that the subconscious wants to release at high priority. So I'm going to ask questions. So is it in column A, or is it in column B? So you see it's in column B. Is it in odd or even? Odd, even? So it's in odd. So that means it's in row 1, 3, or 5. So is it in 1, 3, or 5? Okay. So, and it's in column B. So is it conflict, creative insecurity, terror, unsupported? Okay. So we found the emotion. And there's 3 things, or 2 things normally. You find the emotion, which is unsupported, and then you find out the age of which it was trapped. And then optionally, you can ask something third, like, was it something to do with school, or relationships or family? But usually, I don't want to get too involved in my clients' dirty washing, dirty laundry. So we just ask the first 2, and normally it's enough, because the subconscious mind works like a filing system, and it records everything that we do, including our past traumas, which is what we're doing. So unsupported, is this over 5 or under 5? Over 5, over 10? So between 5 and 10. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Age 8, yeah. So unsupported, age 8. We then ask, can we remove it? Do we need to do anything else? No, we can remove it. Yes. So this is my the magnets I use. It's a Nikken magnet, which a lot of practitioners in the emotion code use. And yeah, we just do 3 swipes of the governing meridian, which is over the top of the head. And because emotions are just made of energy, it will release that into the universe. So releasing unsupported from the mind, body, and spirits. Thank you. Okay, did we release that? Yeah. So 3 swipes. It's also, if it's an inherited emotion from your mother or father, it means it's 10 swipes, because then you will remove it from all of the ancestry line. So let's do another one. So is it in A or B? Is it A or B? Yeah, A. Is it odds or even? So A, even. So 2, 4, 6. Humiliation, jealousy, longing, lust, overwhelm. So we get positive on lust. So as you may know, lust, it's not just to do with sexuality and stuff like that. It's actually to do with craving, and children can have lust for attention and love at a young age. So we found lust. What's the age? Is it over 5, under 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, age 2. Can we release it? Yes. Do we need to do anything else? No. So releasing lust, age 2, from the mind, body, and spirit. Okay. Okay, so that's basically how the emotion code works. And yeah. And we release the emotion at the end with the magnets from the governing meridian, which the meridians are just the, meridians are used in acupuncture, and it's where you put the needles, and it's the flow of energy throughout the body. So that's the governing meridian is like the highway. It's like the main road in the body to get rid of that. I just want to, I'm going to do entity release as well, but I just want to bring up the body code as well, just to show you, and specifically for the men, to show how it can go into the male organism. So there's energy, there's toxins, and you can remove toxins energetically, again, just by navigating, using muscle testing about this interactive chart. And you can remove heavy metals, which have a lot of issues with ADHD in children, etc. Heavy metals also, it can be to do with the Epstein-Barr virus, I think. Epstein-Barr. So yeah, there's a lot of toxins which we can remove, but for the men, we're going to go into misalignment, soft tissue into the gland, male gland, just to show you that this can be reset and emotions can be removed from the testes, the prostate, the and these parts of the reproductive system. And also with anxiety, of course, we have to be involved with the amygdala, which is I read that in a few anxiety books. So yeah, we can reset the amygdala, which has issues with digestive issues and anxiety, of course. So yeah, this whole system has descriptions of what's the typical symptoms of imbalance. Yeah, it's really comprehensive, and I'm just going over a little bit just to show it's very powerful. Okay, so I can now demonstrate the easy entity release, which, like I mentioned, is just 21 entities, and they're in an app, which I can't show you, kind of. Let me see.
You can stop sharing if you're showing us on mobile.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, here's the app. It lists the types of entities, again, which doesn't really concern my clients because it's just dark energies. We just want to balance the your system. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be the demonstration on you will be muscle testing 21 of these. Most of it's in my head, but I just need to have that to show you. So yeah, let's remove some of these dark energies. And with my clients, I often muscle test a light score, how close you are to the dark and light. But yeah, so I can do a quick one from 0 to 100%. How light are you? So are you over 10, over 20, over 5, over 10, over 20, over 30, over 40, over 30, over 35, 31, 32, 33. 34. Okay, so you're around 34%. Up to the light out of 100, which is really good, which is really high for a session. I was at 30 when I started, but a lot of my clients are in their 10s and 15s. So it's a good starting point. And obviously being a healer, you know, you've done a lot of work. All right, so yeah, that's what I do. And then we'll release some entities. And I can remove multiple entities at one time. That's one of my gifts from some of the channeling and Akashic readings I've had. So let's have a look. What entities can we release? 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, so the first one is an entity possession. Is there more than 1? Is there more than 5? Is there more than 10? So 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 of those. Let's remove these 7 entity possessions from the mind, body, and spirits. Right. So it's as simple as that, really. And I do that many times, and I'll continue doing a few more. So 1, 2, 3, I'm just listing my list. So 15. Demonic entity, is there more than 1? No, just 1. So let's remove this demonic entity from the mind, body, and spirits. And one more. Let's look. 1, 2, 3. Okay, is there more than 1? Is there more? 5? 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's 3. See, I'm just muscle testing. 1, 2, 3, and there's dark entity curses. So removing these 3 dark entity curses from the mind, body, and spirits. Thank you. So yeah, that's a taster of what I do with my clients, and that's what has helped me in my journey as well.
Wow, wow, that's so amazing. For me specifically, of course, I have done multiple emotion code sessions with different practitioners, but the entity release is very new. I'm doing that, you know, first time with you here. So wow, I'm already feeling the energy releasing. So wow, thank you, Andrew. That was such a beautiful session. So would you want to tell us a quick note on all the different type of services or packages, if you have any?
I'm offering like I offer one-to-ones. You mean the price as well, or
Yeah, prices you don't have to mention. Maybe it changes as this video is going to be there for a long time, so they can visit the website and look at your current prices. But you can
Okay.
tell us about if at all different packages exist, or how do you combine different sessions?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I have the one-to-one, which is an hour, and we combine the three modalities in that: the emotion code, body code, entity release. And I also have my own system where I can go a bit deeper if the client is comfortable with that, because spiritually and energetically, we can go into other things as well, like perhaps past lives. It depends what the client wants. I do have groups of like groups of 3 and groups of 6, which is in discount. And I also have packages for heart wall. But to be honest, we can target in that hour session, we can do a lot of work as well. And yeah, I'm based in Norway, and we can do them one-to-one in here as well. But yeah, I have clients all over the world as well. So
That is so beautiful. And yes, my dear viewers, you can just click on the link above or below this video, and you can kind of contact Andrew and maybe have a talk with him, chat with him to see what's going to help you. You can let him know about the challenges that you are facing and if he will be able to assist you with that. Also, we have a 10% off discount coupon just for watching this video. So when contacting Andrew, just let him know that you found him from 0 Point Healing, and he'll give you that 10% off as well. So thank you, Andrew, for such an
just one more
amazing.
thing. Sorry, I also offer group healing, so people can come on a Zoom call once every 2 weeks. And in that they get a taste of the emotion code as well, and we talk and we open up. So I'm creating men's circles as well online, and people can be in a group session. Yeah. Okay.
That's beautiful. Thank you for letting us know on that. So yes, so my dear viewers, you can kind of contact him and see how he can help you. Wow, thank you so much, Andrew. That was a beautiful session here. Thank you, my dear viewers. I'm going to see you on my next interview. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can subscribe to our channel to unlock all the videos that we have for us. Also, you can share this video, especially if you have friends, relatives, family members, anybody that you know has any of these kind of issues that we spoke about in this video. You can just share this video with them, and it's going to be a help and a contribution for them too. So thank you all for your amazing support, and I'm going to see you next time. Thank you, Andrew. Bye-bye.